Atlantia vivere, Agartha vivere, Shambhala vivere, Lemuria vivere. Hello my friends. Here and now in Windows 7, and my crown shall appear momentarily above my head, and unfortunately does not appear in Windows 8, and my greatness is diminished. So today I'm going to give some free advices to my holy Romanian Atlantean people, and I'm going to talk about the smartest game alive, the smartest game out there, Ascent space game. This is a very good game to play if you have a PhD in chemistry, a PhD in astrophysics, a PhD in biology, and also if you are quite familiar with the Unix commands, since the game features a computer in which called Alexa, because Alexa is the nickname of the one guy, because this project, the Ascent space game, a game which you can buy with 20 euros on Steam and $3 other per month, premium access, but you can play it in a way without premium access. So this is a one-man project. There is an Atlantean, a guy with blue eyes and dark hair. Actually, I was at Sam when I was born. My hair was blonde. But then, because of the sun shining here in Romania in the south, my hair got darkened. And so I see that my crown still does not appear by my hand. I have dedicated about 42 hours in 3 days in this wonderful game, which is not a game, it is more of a, simulation. The game features our Milky Way galaxy. The ethical beings in the 4D continuum are prone to inhabit and control one galaxy. And our galaxy contains 400 billion systems, but the people in Ascent decide that there are only 270 billion star system, and each star has many planets. I have recently discovered last night 22 new star systems, because only 0.001% of the galaxy is mapped, or 2,581 or 8,000, I don't know the exact number. There is a guy named Journeau, a French guy, who has mapped 2,547 systems. There is another guy named Space PWN, who has mapped to 752 systems, and I have got a hyperdrive thanks to Alboz and Worm and others with my new Reno ship, and which is a light frigate in the game, and I have managed to scoop or mine a lot of gas giants in my travels. Each time I jumped, my hydrogen supplies got depleted, and I had to stop nearby a gas giant. I pointed out my ship towards the white area of the gas giant, because the white area gives you hydrogen, the green area gives you oxygen, the blue area gives you nitrogen or azote, and the red area gives you carbon dioxide, which you can sell for about 9,000 credits on the market, but unfortunately most people sell it for 1 credit each, as oxygen, hydrogen, and the other rare gases, tritium and water. So, my dear friends, I have invited you 3 days ago to play this wonderful game, and I have seen that there are a lot of Japanese people, Chinese people in the game. Because you know that I have that list of 235 countries with 235 leaders and spies. Actually, not the leaders, but the spies who are going in game, and probably they got their ears caught into the game. itself, because you know the game progresses in a fairly linear fashion concerning ships. First you have a turtle which has 10 cargo space, then you get a sparrow with 20 cargo space, then you get another ship, a unicorn with 40 cargo space, then you get a manta with 80 cargo space. Also the cargo space doubles from class to class, and there is only one ship in each class, and there are 13 classes. And from the manta you go to the falcon, which once has 160 space cargo, and then you go to a squid which has 320 space and costs about 3 million, but you know the costs go up like this. So it is a fairly good MMO. There are about 89 people registered on Steam, a very active community, very helpful community. There are many scientists there because otherwise why play the game? You're not a scientist. And so on. So now I have, because I was donated a squid and a kraken. No, I never had a kraken, but now I have a ship with 1280 spaces, which is called a light frigate, or a not a hammerhead, not a mammoth. Anyway, I have a small lapsus now. A Rhino, yes, a Rhino, sir. And it looks like a Rhino with all that horns, that red horns on it. So, you know, in this game you learn that you get good at what you do. If you do a lot of gas giant skimming, then you get good at that. If you do a lot of mining, and mining is very interesting, you shoot at an asteroid, and you have to be very careful how to maneuver your ship around the asteroid in order to keep the maximum distance of 1 kilometer. But some asteroids are very large, and the asteroids will turn around the large asteroids and hit your ship, and you will be turned upside down, because you know the game is in alpha and there are no damage in the game yet, so you can crash into the ground going to buy something from a colony, and there are very large colonies that people have built megalopolises in the game, and each megalopolis is linked to a star base, and that star base looks like a floating city, the floating city of Atlantis, perhaps. Yes, I'm a little bit tired. I'm not speaking as usual. I have made more than 400 videos on YouTube, but now I'm a little bit precipitated. I shall also post this video on the game forum, on the game discussion in game. And you know, there are people who have built 2,500 iron mines or carbon mines or titanium mines, because there are 8 basic resources in the game for food and for metals. The foods are grain, vegetables, meat, and fruit, and the metals are iron, carbon, titanium, and aluminum. So you can go and buy and sell. There are many people who have colonized the outer system, because you know the game has a central system which is named after me. I am the great god Apollo, and I am white. I am the president of Atlantia. A little bit, yes, a little bit dirty, because I stayed in front of my computer in the past 4 days. Didn't really enjoy my Easter, but I did enjoy this game, this virtual world. And yes, in the inner system, the first inner system is Ceres, or Ceres, who is another name for the great goddess Artemis, my beloved sister. This is the system when you start the game, and Ceres is producing grains. Then you go to another system which is linked through a galactic gate, and now people are donating iron. They are selling iron not with 200 credits a piece, but with 1 credit or 50 credits a piece, in order to allow newcomers to contribute to the construction of star bases, because the game lore says the Earth was destroyed, not the Earth. not the planet, the humanity was destroyed, and now they have started in a new area of the galaxy, and even the creator of the game says, yes, when the people shall reach, I don't know, 8,000 light years from the starting position, they shall find Earth eventually, and blah blah blah, and I shall add it into the game. And then you go on Vulcan, which is linked with the Stargate. There are only about 20 systems which are linked with the Stargate. Now the vast majority, 270 billion systems, are not linked, and you can only visit them by purchasing a hyperdrive from the market, which is very expensive. A hyperdrive for the class 1 ship, which ship costs 2,000 credits, costs 100,000 credits. So it is 50 times more expensive, the hyperdrive, than the actual ship. But then the costs balance a little bit, and you have a hyperdrive which costs 250 million credits for a ship which costs 1 billion credits or something like that for a Seraph or a Guardian or an Archon. And the most expensive ship in the game costs about between 35 and 50 billion credits. It is called a bowhead and has a space of 56,000 or 60,000 cargo spaces, tons, because everything is measured in metric tons. The game has a very distinct scientific feel to it. And the main thrill of the game, in my view, is exploring the outer colonies, like the Miner's Paradise or New Dawn, or other systems which are, yes, rather civilized. When you enter into a new system, into an outer system like this, there is a very unnerving lag of about 10 seconds. And you know, when I'm going back and forth with merchandise, buying iron with 1 credit, selling with 1,500 credit to Goliath and also to other places, to other people, it tends to get very tedious and unnerving. Let's wait until the server, yes, and then we go to the planet, and while I am diving with my ship into the planet, there is another lag, and the ship jumps because the game server is showing me the beauty of the planet, and I can adjust the quality from fastest to fast to beautiful to fantastic, and it will all look the same on my ATI AMD 5670 with 512 DDR5 video RAM. But and you can also explore the galaxy. You can go out 100 light years away from home, because you know, a cube or a sphere with a radius of 100 light years has an approximate volume of 1 million cubic light years. So it is big. There are tens of thousands of stars inside it, and some stars are very close, 1 light year, others are 20 light years away, so the spaces are under very realistically. In a new star you can find a nebula white, nebula yellow, green, blue, an exploding star, or a black hole, or a neutron star. You can find up to 32, 35, 40 planets, which can be asteroid fields, gas giants, rocky planets, moons, and so on. And you can land on these planets, and when you land, you have to input commands on the main computer, which is called the Alexa. And you have to know Unix, because you descend on your virtual EVA. There are 2 guys and 2 girls to choose from. You can choose how you look, and you go there and you take a soil sample, like the people at Rocha Montana took soil samples, and then you type into the console show mb.samples, and it will show you a sample from the planet Juno 48, or a sample from the star system Ozymandias 16, and the planet Rocky Planet 5 was collected. And then you must input show mb analyze star name space planet name, and the game will analyze the computer. Alexa computer, which reminds me of Alex Malinash, shall analyze this for you. And that's the point when a PhD in chemistry is required. Because there is no pie chart, everything is very small written, at least for my eyes at the age of 36, and it will say Fe or iron here is 0.013, which means 1.3% in the soil. Or aluminium is 0.09% or 0.09, which means 0.9%, and so on. And you're going to ask yourself, well, is this good? Is this bad? What is the normal on Earth? And you know, I was very fortunate because when Prime Minister Ungureanu, Mihail Răzvan Ungureanu, MRU, was kicked out of office, he explained, yes, we must sell the gold mine Roșia Montana because on the surface this is 1.6% gold. If we go deeper, it's only 0.08% gold. Then we have to sell the copper mine at, I don't know, Carey, because as we go deeper into the ground it gets richer, but we don't have the stuff to, yes. And when you are above the rocky planet, you can also type the command show MB analyze samples or the sample area, yeah. And then the whole planet is colored like a Christmas tree with plots of land, like the plots of land where the peasants work here in Romania and otherwise, and you see them like from an airplane. And if you land on the green one, you can put grains, and if you land on the, yes, so for every color and for every mineral and fruit there is a specific color. Whew, that's long. And so, you can also analyze the gravity of the planet by typing show GG.G. And you can also put on the main display show main instruction GG.G, and on every planet that you visit it will show you it has 0.9 G relative to Earth, it has 1.3, 10.7 if there are gadgets and so on. And on many planets you can find purple seas made of liquid nitrogen, and you have to analyze the atmosphere, and you type show RS composition, and it will show you the normal composition is 79% nitrogen and 21% oxygen for Earth. The planet could also, it is possible to not have any atmosphere, in which case you must build domes, and domes are very expensive to build, and inside the domes you put those thousands of mines. I've calculated at a Distro work camp that guy has 2,500 carbon mines, and each carbon mine is producing 1,000 per day. So he is producing 2.5 million carbons, tons of carbon per day. And if he sells that each ton of carbon with 1,500 credits, let me, it will mean about 35 billions per day, yes. And that is why every colony on the land is united with the sky with a green beam. And that is why people build megalopolis also on the ground, but also in the space, because you need to have a star base to put a lot of cargo things and storage compartments, because you're not able to come every hour into the game and lift your cargo. So, but there are two main star bases in the game. Every player has in the Apollo system, which is the central hub, and it is part of the Inner Nine system together with Veritas, Vestra, Sol, Invictus, which is not Sol, Ceres, Apollo, Ubertas, Pomona, and others. It is part of the inner system, and it is the central inner system. You can usually find good prices there. And every player has in the Apollo system a special place where he or she can build a star base, and each star base can have 100 rings, and on each ring you can place 6 or 8, but now only 6 modules, and these modules can be a mining, a facility for mining robots, for a facility for farming robots, a facility for building electronics from silicon, and you need silicon, you need carbon, you need iron. For the yes, you also have a mechanical part factory. You can put a shipyard, you can put a fusion plant to power up, you can put a research lab, and you can research various, because in the game you can go to various rack places and scan the rack, scan every part, and it will say, yes, this is the reactor. If you scan the reactor, then the ship will explode and all the other things will go. And shield and armor panels, the game is very detailed, because on every ship you have armor panels, you have shield, you have computers, and it is very interesting that the main computer is required to operate that ship. So for a class 9 ship you need a class 9 computer, also class 9 reactor, but the reactor can also be downgraded a little bit. Also the capacitor can be downgraded, the shield, the weapons, which are turrets, automatic turrets, and axial thing. Combat is not yet implemented into the game. There is a Janus A, an inner system where you can take missions against NPCs, computer controlled drones and stuff, and you can shoot them, but it is not very pleasant. So it is a very good game. It caters to the to the most scientific of us. Also, I have noticed the horrible lag in the game, and this horrible lag also appears when I am trying to access my Crash Plan to or other online services, but DigiStorage now. I have made an account to DigiStorage. I'm paying $6 per month or 30 lines per month with 1 terabyte of space, and I have upped my hard drive of 1 terabyte into the clouds. But unfortunately, if I want to use the clouds, which are in America, sorry about that, it was a thing about Windows, my sky darkened a little bit. If you want to use any plan or any uploading service which is not located in Romania, you will have a horrible ping, because Romania is number 1 in the world, excluding Singapore, which has 117 megabytes per second, and Hong Kong, which has 110 megabytes per second. Here in Romania we have 76 megabytes per second download speed, but the upload speed is junk. It is only 36 megabytes per second, and the connection is very poor. Quite often I am looking in Windows at my task manager, and I see that the activity bar for my net is only at 56%, which means 56 megabytes or megabits per second out of 100 contracted. That is because the quality of the packages is really bad. That is because the connections, which are fiber, are really bad. That is because we have a ping of 112 milliseconds and so on. So concerning the ping, concerning the relation between upload and stuff, we are still in the third world of the world of this planet. But concerning download speed and accessing information, because I wanted all the Romanians, in order to progress faster, to have access to better internet. That was my original duty as your leader. I am leading Romania since 16th of September 1998. 17 years ago I have begun my divine mandate for you all, and I'm still expecting you to pay me. Regarding payment, I have suggested to the creators of this wonderful game to implement a subscription model, 15 or 20 euros per month, and make the first month free, because many people are abandoning the first month because they don't have the technical knowledge to go forward. I had last night very nice conversation with a guy born in '68. We talked about the nature of the universe and black holes and white holes and where do they lead and so on. to alternate realities. Yes, I have 27,000 dimensions. Yes, there are Atlanteans 4D beings here. Yes, I am happy. Yes, this is my review. It is not as good as reviews of Wyvern and others on the net, but I do not have the possibility of recording on my own computer while I'm playing. Goodbye.